Talked about the culture that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes are trying to establish, and they've constantly talked about the word competitiveness.
Yeah, the competition.
The competitive nature, and we've seen it throughout the coaching staff. Year one, they brought to the defensive line. They brought in all these edge rushers and interior defensive linemen. We're talking about freaking McNeil. Levi, thank you. But Charles Harris. Year
Michael
two,
Brockers.
they continued that same situation.
Yeah.
Receiver room too, by the way. They brought competition to the receiver room. Year two, continued that defensive line competition, and now we'll finally see it move on to the secondary. And we think philosophically, when we've heard AG speak in the past, he's always told you up front. This is a cool thing about this organization. Is like they're so confident. Yeah, they're straight up and transparent within their communications. Yeah. And he told you, I think first we need to build up this defensive front, and then we move back to the secondary. And like philosophically, I see that making sense. You get the guys in the front causing havoc, and then you have playmakers in the back to capitalize on it.
1,000%.
I think that's one of the reasons they've kind of undervalued the linebacker position at this point.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like the linebacker position is undervalued in the game today regardless. But nonetheless, it's been addressed. And as he said, you're going to see that competition this year in the cornerback room.
You are, and it's only going to make guys better. It's only going to bring the best out of a Jeff Okudah or a Jerry Jacobs. When you have guys like that, Sutton's got his spot. He's there. But outside of that, you don't know who's going to be those other corners. Who's going to fill in? Is it going to be Mosley? Is it going to be Okudah? Is it going to be Jerry Jacobs? Is it going to be somebody else? Are they going to draft somebody to put back there? Because that is what these guys, again, they are former athletes. They get the competition. They have the competition themselves.
Yeah.
Deuce is gone now, but we saw that with Deuce and AG in camp, in Hard Knocks, chirping at each other, getting after it. They are built off competition like that. Like, even Braylon and D-Mac, still have it in them. Like, that competitiveness.
Yeah.
As hockey coaches call it, that compete level. It's...
Braylon's got it for sure.
Braylon's got it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. D-Mac does too, but he's just high all the time.
Yeah.
So, that stuff doesn't leave you. And when you have these top echelon athletes going at it, fighting for those spots, it's only going to bring the best out of them. It's only going to bring the best out of the players you have out there at all times. So.